Welcome to ranking Genshin characters as parents. In a few of my previous tier list videos, you guys have brought up that you're missing Lumine and Aether, so I found a different tier list, and also Ayato is not here, but you know, I don't know him anyway, so it's fine. Our categories today start with perfect parent up at the top, good parent but into shady business, tries their best but has slip-ups, works too much, rarely home, left to get milk and never came back, and is the child or gets mistaken for one. So let us get into it. Quick shout out before we begin to Vapor95 for sponsoring today's video. Vapor95 is an aesthetic clothing and home goods brand that specializes in vaporwave, music, the 90s, and retro anime style. All their pieces are custom made to order in their downtown Los Angeles store. They work with small artists to offer cool designs for shirts, art prints, tapestries, phone cases, and more. Here are a few of my personal favorite designs. These Sailor Saturn shirts. I also got this cool art print to hang up in my office. They got a mirror shaped like a CD! Vapor95 is offering my viewers a special discount. Use code Koomaxx at checkout for 15% off your purchase. Click the link in the video description or the pinned comment to go take a peek at all the cool products they have on their website. Thank you again to Vapor95. Now let's get back to the video. Alright, let us get back into it. To start with Mr. Aether. See, I'm at a slight disadvantage with Aether because I'm a Lumine player, but I assume they're both similar. I'm gonna say right off the bat, I'm gonna say tries their best but has slip-ups, mainly because they're not very like verbal, and I feel like there'd be some communication lapses because of that. Perhaps this is a cop-out, but I'm going with my gut here. Mr. Albedo, I'm gonna put him under works too much, rarely home, which is pretty sad, but like he's very invested, you know. Amber, I think I'm gonna put her in perfect parent. She seems fun, she seems responsible, I feel like she's a good communicator. Ito is also gonna go and tries their best but has slip-ups. I think his kids would love him. He'd be like #1 fun dad, and he would like play video games with them on weekends and stuff, but I feel like he would definitely have slip-ups because he's a doofus. But that's fine. Ito wouldn't know how to cook, and he would be the king of like, let's just order pizza. I don't really know where to put Barbara exactly. I don't think I can think of a reason why she wouldn't be amazing, so I'm just gonna put her up in perfect parent. She's a healer. She's like the perfect nurse mom, you know? She would sing the kids to sleep. It would be lovely. Beidou, instead of working too much and rarely home, I think she would take her kid with her on the ship, and the kid would be like, oh, like surrounded by all these pirates who are drunk and carrying guns and swords, and the kid would be like, but they would grow up to be a tough little kid, you know? I think they would get used to it, even though it's a little questionable, but we're gonna put her there. Good mom, but questionable tactics. Next we have Bennett, who try as he might, is a clumsy little boy, and he would almost burn the house down while trying to make the kid chicken nuggets. I feel like I've said that before in another video, but it still reigns very true. Hey, editing Koomaxx here. Based on something I did later in this video, I think I would actually put Bennett in gets mistaken for a child. Despite the fact that this is based on future adult parenting, I feel like Bennett gives off the vibes of someone who will always seem like a big brother and maybe get mistaken for one. Just pretend I put him in the bottom category. Okay, moving on. Chongyun. I don't know what to do with him either. I'm gonna put him here. I think that his personal holdups would get in the way of him being an excellent parent, you know, and it's not really his fault. I think he would try his best. I feel like we're gonna have a lot of people in this category. D-Luke. D-Luke could arguably be in like any of these categories. Well, except the bottom one. I think he would have a soft side for his child. I don't think he would work too much and be rarely home, and I don't think he would leave to get milk and never come back. I'm fighting between good parent but into shady business and tries their best but has slip-ups. I'm gonna put him here. I think he would genuinely try, but he would not be like very emotionally available all the time. Perhaps he would have a hard time opening up. I don't know. I know everyone, all the D-Luke stands are always like, you gotta listen to his voice lines, man, he's a changed man. But the fact that you gotta like dig through those voice lines just to find him being kind, you know what I mean? It's like, that's not his default setting on the surface. I do think he would try though. I think he would be a pretty good dad. I just don't think he would be amazing. Diona is the child that gets mistaken for one. Sorry, fam. Eula would also try her best but have slip-ups. I think she would accidentally get angry at the child on occasion. Fischl, this is bold. This is a very bold assertion. People are gonna be like, what? But like, I feel like they would be like, oh, this must be like the big sister of this child. Even as an adult, I can still see her dressing this way and be like, are you their big sister? Ganyu, I think, would be a good mom. I think she would be good at her job. She's very caring. She's kind of soft-spoken. She's responsible. I think she would be a very good maternal person. Goro, again, I think tries his best but at slip-ups. I think he would be like the awkward dad that doesn't know how to like cut the apples to put in the kid's lunchbox, but he tries and he like cuts his hand. I don't know. I just feel like he would not be the best at dad duty, but he would always try. And he'd be like, oh, and the kid would try to like grab his tail and he'd be like, stop. Hu Tao would be the mysterious mom who's never home. And then she'd be like, I packed your lunch. And you go and look and it's like a single Ritz cracker and a bottle of shaving cream and you're like, Mom? Ooh, Jean is tough because she definitely has the maternal instinct as well with Klee. You know, she's team mom, but she does work a lot and she has a lot of responsibility on her plate. I think despite the fact that she would work too much and rarely be home, she would like bring her kid with her. So I'm gonna put her here. She would be similar to Beidou in that she brings her kid to work. The kid gets up to no good sometimes because it's at work with their mom, but like they still get the quality time. They're not like, they don't leave them for dead and leave them with a Ritz cracker and shaving cream in their lunchbox. Kazuha, I think, would be a good dad. I think he would be nice. He's sweet, he's respectful and responsible, going for nature walks with Kazu daddy. Ew. Kaya. You know I had to do it to him. Kaya does not seem like the type who wants to settle down. He seems to be a free spirit. I would not be surprised if canonically he was a dad and we just didn't know. I almost want to say even if he didn't stick at home, he would still be involved with the child, but he would like never acknowledge it properly. He'd be like, yo, what's up, champ? And the kid would be like, Dad, you never came to my birthday. And he's like, oh, that was last week. My bad, my bad. There's a very fine line between good parent and shady business and like them just like packing up and leaving and never coming back. Ayaka, I want to say she tries her best but has slip-ups. I almost want to put her in perfect parent, but there's something a little off that I'm having a difficult time putting my finger on. Like, she's not super worldly. I feel like she would shelter the child too much, you know? I don't think the child would have an experience to grow outside of like their immediate family unit, which honestly like has good intentions on the parents' part. They want to keep their kids safe because maybe they have trauma about things going awry when you leave the home, but like, you know, she's got to let them open up a little bit. Kaching, I feel like would also work too much and rarely be home. Sorry, queen. I think she would be a little more abrasive than Jean, so she would like, she's a little less maternal seeming in my head, so I feel like she would just not be home. Klee is the child who gets mistaken for one, obviously. Sarah, I'm gonna put her under tries her best but has slip-ups. I think she'd be the strict mom who the kid wouldn't, I don't want to say wouldn't respect very much, but wouldn't be super pleased with. Sarah is the Karen, as we know at this point. I think she would try her best to like provide for her child, but her and their kid would not get along very well. Lisa, I'm gonna throw Lisa in good parent but into shady business. I just have to go take care of something. Someone's library book is overdue and she like doesn't come home for a couple of days. Even though she provides for her kid, you just like never know what she's really got going on. Mona left to get milk and never came back. Ningguang probably works too much and is rarely home. She would pay so much money so the kid can order Uber Eats, but the kid never has the true love of his or her parent. That would be depresso. It's like, it's the classic setup where the kid lives in a very rich, big household, but it's empty because nobody's ever home. Noelle, I think, would be a good parent. She's great. Responsible, sweet. We love to see it. Chi-Chi would get mistaken for a child. A/Raiden Shogun is always difficult to categorize because it's like, which one is she? I'm gonna put her under works too much, rarely home. Honestly, regardless of whether she's Raiden Shogun or A, I think A would lock herself away in her little dome, her Doug Dimmadome, and not like hang out with the kid much. And if she was Raiden Shogun, obviously she would work too much and never be home. Razor, I think, would try his best but have slip-ups. There's gonna be communication issues, but I don't think he would abandon the kid. I think he would like try to train the kid into his way of life. He'd be like, you smell that? Chicken nugget. Rosaria left to get milk and never came home. Her and Kaya were in cahoots about it. Kind of want to put Kokomi in works too much, rarely home. Also kind of want to put her in tries her best but has slip-ups. This is 100% dependent on if she wants a child or not. I'm gonna put her there. I think it would stress her out and she would sort of like hide away sometimes and not be there, but I don't think she would never be home. Sayu gets mistaken for the child. Shenhe, good parent, but into shady business. Just a gut feeling. She seems like she would be sweet and she would take care of her kid and stand up for them if they were in trouble. Not let them take any flack, teach them to not take flack, but she would low-key on the side be like, up to something. Sucrose, I'm gonna put and tries her best but has slip-ups. I think she has potential to be a perfect parent, but she would let the kids step on her sometimes and like be kind of spoiled. Get away with a little bit too much. Tartaglia, you already know where he's going. Good parent, but into shady business. This category, he's the king of this category. Move, Lisa. Everyone is like, oh my god, he would be a perfect parent because he's so good with his siblings. But think of the shady business. You can be the perfect dad. You can totally be there for your kids financially, emotionally, have fun with them. But if you went to shady business on the side, you're putting your family at risk. Like, people could come to your house in the middle of the night and steal your children because you're involved in something that you shouldn't be involved in. And that makes you not a perfect parent. Hopefully you understand my reasoning. I do acknowledge that he's great with kids and he really likes kids and he's very kind to them. But the things that he gets into in his personal life would put them at risk, and that's not perfect parenting. Toma, on the other hand, would be a perfect dad. He would be like the single dad. Let's go to Disney World. I'm gonna cook. I'm gonna clean. I'm gonna teach you guys how to do the same. You wanna know how to fold socks? I'll teach you. And the kids would be low-key like, dad is so corny. Ito is the single dad who gives kids DiGiorno and lets them watch R-rated movies. Toma is a single dad who's very proactive and makes sure the kids are always busy. Venti left to get milk and never came back. I'm sorry. He doesn't want to commit to that. These Mondstadt baddies don't want to pay no child support. Jingling, I think, would be perfect parent. I'll give her that. I think she would be great. You'd always have a full belly and a smile on your face. Zhao would leave to go get milk and never come back. Xingqiu would work too much, rarely home. I don't know why. I feel like he would be a little bit of a snotty dad and be like, I don't want to deal with this. Xinyan, I think, would try her best but have slip-ups. If Xinyan had a rebellious child, there might be some issue because like, I got a vibe. Yanfei works too much and is rarely home. I like almost don't want to put her there. I think she would really bury her nose in her work and leave it up to the kid. Now for Yoimiya, I'm tempted to put her in perfect parent. However, fireworks are a little dangerous. I know that she had like interactions with kids and they liked her. I can see the fireworks being a little bit of a hazard though. There's a difference between being like the fun parent and being a perfect parent. Because I'm not positive she'd be perfect, I'm gonna put her there. Yoonjin, I feel, would be very involved with her work. I can see her not being home a whole lot, unfortunately. Not because she doesn't want to be, but genuinely because she gets famous and she's very involved with the opera, and you know, her kid can come see her, but the kid's main interaction with their parent is seeing them on the stage. Dongli, I think he would be a good parent, but into shady business. You wouldn't know where he was getting the money from to keep the family going, but you'd be like, all right, you trust him, kinda. Lumine gets similar treatment as Aether, tries their best but has slip-ups because of the communication thing. And Miss Gucci Yaye, I'm gonna say good parent but into some shady business. She's a businesswoman, you know, she takes care of stuff, she takes care of people, but she's a little sly. Her and Lisa are in a very similar camp, I would say. All right, well, this is my list. I think there's a lot of room for debate on this one. So there's some of these characters that I'm sure that I've like miscategorized slightly because this is a very specific topic that's non-canon. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. Let me know what you think, if there's any other tier lists you would like me to tackle in a future video. And until next time, have a great rest of your day. Goodbye!